Hello, everybody. Welcome to Amia Studios. Here we give you the authentic stories from Ghana, Africa, the world, everywhere. And we hold exciting and engaging interviews. We hold real conversations, real talks. It's a blend of journalism and entertainment and everything in between. You're welcome to Amia Studios once again. My name is Amiel. Subscribe to this channel, like and share the videos, drop your comments, let us get interactive. Recommend this channel to family and friends, and thank you very much for being here. Today I bring to you the story that is actually a story. Yeah. Mama Pat is back. Mama Pat, yeah, famously called Agradaa, now she is the Evangelist Mama Pat, one that turned from a fetish priestess to a pastor or an evangelist, and she was actually recently jailed. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but she has been released. Yes, Mama Pat has been released, and she was released today. And everybody, the church members are all very much excited. Everybody that loves Mama Pat is excited, and people are also very much, they are anticipating what she's gonna do now. What is she going to do again? Because Mama Pat, who was absent from the media space and the internet space and everything, the space was not too noisy. Apart from the fact that just quite recently we have been having back and forth altercation between Team Legal Wives and Team Odobroni regarding Daddy Lume's death and all that. But Mama Pat is back. Mama Pat is back. She has been released. She was released from prison today. She, from the prison, went to her church to pray to God, thank God, and meet the church members and family and friends and everything that she needs to do in order to really feel welcomed from prison. So Mama Pat was supposed to go for 15 years, but she didn't do 15 years. She did less than a year, less than a year, and she's back. Although many people who follow Mama Pat are very elated, they are very excited. It, however, does not erase the question, was her release fair? Because you see, there are many people who have committed similar offense as she did. She was sentenced to prison for defrauding people and all that. For many people who are in prison right now, who have committed similar offenses, and they are still in prison, is this release fair to them? That's the question that some people are asking, and that's the question that I want to also pose. Is her release a divine release? Because when she came out, she made some statements and talked about she, petitioned God, prayed to God and all that, stood on the word of God, asked God to forgive her, asked God to release her, asked God to have mercy on her. And God has had mercy on her and she has been released. Was her release indeed divine? Was her release orchestrated? Was her release as a result of lobbying or anything that could really get her out of prison? Was some powerful hand behind this release? And is it fair? There is a school of thought that holds that Mama Pat should have spent the entire 15 years, or even if the sentence or the years will be reduced for her, it shouldn't be less than 5 years. There is a school of thought that thinks that this release is very unlawful. In fact, there was, a journalist who is also a lawyer, Samson Ladi, a Joy FM broadcaster, who said that this is very unlawful and petitioned the Attorney General to do something about it. Do you think that Mama Pat's release is unlawful, it's unfair, or it's divine? Or is it a matter of the animal kingdom where some animals are important than the others? Well, I think this question is just something that we can only leave for the gods, because we cannot tell whether it's a divine release or it's some powerful hand that actually orchestrated things to happen for her to be released, or it's just a matter of the animal kingdom where some animals are just important than the others. But the question still remains, is her release very fair? Well, here's my take. For me, I am very glad that she's out. I'm very glad that she has been released. In fact, it excites me more that she's released from prison because, I mean, when you look at her now, she looks very remorseful, and she looks a repentant soul. And we are also very glad that she's released because, I mean, the internet space has been very dry a little bit, apart from the Dad Lumba issues and all that. So she coming back, I mean, we are expecting some, vibrancy and all that. So we are very excited. But I think that, apart from the fact that, it could be a divine, thing, or it could be something that God has done for her, or apart from the fact that, God has had mercy on her, apart from the fact that, God has, actually caused this release to happen, apart from the fact that she had to be released, maybe, by faith she had to be released. I think that is not very fair to those who have committed similar offenses and they are spending more than 10 years in prison. There are some people currently in prison and they are serving more than 10 years. Some are serving 10 years. Some are serving more than 5 years for similar, and even others are serving more years for, very minor offenses. So, is our legal system fair? Is it a fair legal system that some people commit the same sins or the same offenses that others have committed, and today they are serving harsh punishment in prison and all that, and there is someone who equally does the same thing and the person is released from prison? The person did not even spend a year. Is it very fair to these people who are currently in prison for similar offenses or for a similar offense? Or even those who are currently in prison for minor offenses. There are some who went to, we have been told some even stole food, rice and stew to eat. Maybe the person was hungry and the person was caught and the person was, sent to court, and the court, sent the person to prison for 5 years, 10 years. There are others who are currently on remand. They have not even been sentenced. They are still on remand and they have spent more than 10 years on remand. So if we are releasing Mama Pat, then we must look at the entire legal system. Then we must look at the entire, prison framework, and know that there are others, or there are some people who have committed offenses that are very minor and they don't deserve to be in prison for, the number of years that they are spending in prison. They could go for community service. They could equally be released, under a bond of good conduct. There could be something worked out for them so that they don't spend the number of years that they are spending in prison just wasting their lives there. Not that they have committed a certain criminal offense that they need to be there for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Some have committed just a minor offense. An offense that when they tell you about it, you go like, really? And you are serving this number, of years in prison? You go like, is it for real? Are you really telling me that you are serving these years in prison just because of this that you did? So we are glad that Mama Pat is back from prison. But let us also look at our brothers and sisters who are also in prison right now, who can also be given the same treatment, except to say that we are in the animal kingdom, where some people are far, far important than the others. And in fact, that will mean that Mama Pat is far important than the others who are currently serving some number of years in prison, more than 5 years, more than 10 years and all that in prison for minor offenses, for offenses which are not even close to what, or let me say, the charges that were given to Mama Pat. So the question again, is this release fair? Is it divine? Or is it a matter of the animal kingdom? What do you think? Thank you very much for joining me on this episode. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like and share the video. I'm very grateful for your time. My name once again is Amiel. I'm out.